I love my honey love. You know, I love real people. How about you? I love real people. My mom and daddy, real people. My mama's 92. She's in independent living at Buckner Green Ridge in Austin, Texas, where I was raised. I've got her in there. Nice place. Very nice. And, you know, my daddy went to be with the Lord in 2012. Floyd Leon Pauline Bernadeen. I ain't making these names up. Floyd Leon, 6'2", 220 in his prime. My daddy was a fast-pitch softball player, the old windmill style. He could hum it. My daddy ran printing presses for 45 years, wore gray Dickie shirt, gray Dickie pants. My daddy, Floyd Leon, was in charge of the tea on Wednesday night supper at Hyde Park Baptist Church, and that's huge in Austin, Texas. You just don't move into that spot. You work your way up. I knew good and well some of the people that were serving us tonight. They had worked their way up. I love my daddy, Floyd Leon. My daddy was raised a sharecropper. They were working people. My mama's side, they had 100 acres. Daddy's side were sharecroppers. I could tell when I was growing up. You can tell who has it and who doesn't have it. I remember my daddy. I remember telling my dad out there on the farm. I said, Dad, I think Mama's people are better off than your people. He said, what makes you think that? Well, y'all have a one-holer, and they have a two-holer. Y'all remember you're having a flashback right now, aren't you, man? And you know what my dad said? Well, they were better off than we were. And I think they enjoyed fellowship more than we did. You know, I mean, my mom and dad, they're just great people. They're the salt of the earth. And I remember when my daddy died, they had been married 63 years. 63 years. And I waited a while. Our family's real open. You know, we're not real modest, you know, just talk about anything and everything. And I said to my little mama, Pauline Bernadeen, you know, 5 foot tall, healthy, got to hang you down park and mash them taters at Christmas. I mean, it's like a shimmy. It's just like a little shimmy. And because we were farmers, we wore a lot of talcum powder. Mama wore a lot of talcum powder. I got her in independent living. It's air conditioned now. Never, out the farm, never air conditioned, never. But now she don't need that much talcum powder. Back then you wore talcum powder to absorb perspiration. And to absorb perspiration. I don't know if your friend gets it right here. Maybe she was in the city. I don't know. But glad, you know, I'm batting 500. I at least got you knowing what I'm doing. And she'll Google it later on. But so my little mama, she could, and this last Christmas, we snuck her out of, and she was just said, let me do the mashed potatoes. And she can still do it, my mom. And I mean, but talcum powder was poofing everywhere. I mean, it was coming right out of her Alfred Dunner outfit. I mean, just, poof, I mean, like a crop duster. I mean, just, and the powder landed on our food. I mean, it looked like powdered donuts at Shipley's. And I'm going, good night. And now my wife, her people, and my wife, she's just going, oh my God. I mean, she's almost gagging. I'm going, big woo. But when I learn something, I pass it on. Can I pass it on? You cannot taste it. The talcum powder, ma'am, the talcum powder, you can't taste it. But it keeps you regular. Tell Steve Gaines that. Okay. But I love my mom and dad. They're real people. And so when my dad died, I waited a while and I said, Mama, what was Daddy like when y'all dated and everything? And my mother said, I would have never asked my mother or father something like that. I said, well, I'm a different generation, Mama. I know my dad's a good man. My dad was a Sunday school teacher at Hyde Park Baptist Church. My mama taught third grade 52 years. Third grade, that's as far as she got to third grade. And She just stayed there, 52. My daddy taught Sunday school. My daddy was an usher. My dad was a good man. My dad, just 36th Infantry Division, T-Patcha, Texas, 21 years. Love my daddy. I said, Mama, I know Dad's a good man. I just want to know what was he like when y'all dated. I can handle it. I just want to know. And you know what my mama said? Well, whew. Your daddy was very aggressive. I said, Deacon Floyd? And she said, well, he wasn't always a deacon, I tell you that. Mother, are you kidding me? I said, did he kiss you on the first date? Right on the mouth. Took my breath away. I asked him where he learned to kiss like that. He said, siphoning gas at Fort Hood.